Hi everyone, how are we all doing? I'm here at Celtic Park. Hopefully you can tell that we're in just less than 2 days. Celtic will have the opportunity to effectively win the Scottish Premiership title by beating Rangers. We will have a massive, is it massive? I'll go with big. We've got a big preview coming tomorrow for the game, so I want to keep my powder dry for that one, so to speak. And on the video today, we're just going to go through some of the news that's happening with regards to Celtic. It's not going to be a massively long video, but there's a few bits of interesting news that you'll want to stay tuned for. I should say, by the way, that you can read more about all of these stories on 67hailhail.com. There's me getting shouted at. I don't know if the mic's picked that up. Whoever that was that just shouted at me driving by there. Congratulations, mate. You made the channel. What a legend. It's just the difficulties of being famous, everyone. That's just what I have to deal with. Toughest job in the world, as Limmy would say. In terms of the game on Sunday, Ange did meet media today. I don't know exactly what he said because I'm actually recording this prior to the press conference. I don't suspect there'll be anything major, really. I think we kind of know the makeup of the squad that we'll have available for Sunday. We are doing a big preview tomorrow, as I say, with Tino from the Celtic Exchange. So we'll cover all of the team news stuff at that stage. And as always, you can read far more about all of these stories I'm talking about on the video on 67hailhail.com, where the guys on that website do all of the hard work, and I just come in about 4:30 and give my thoughts and things. Now moving on, and what I do know about Ange today is that he's been nominated for the PFA Manager of the Year award. He's one of 4 names. Now this award isn't to be confused with the Scottish Football Writers Association, who nominated 5 people earlier on in the week. The PFA's nominations are Dick Campbell, the Arbroath manager, Malcolm Mackay, Ross County boss, Paul Hartley, the Cove Rangers boss, and of course Ange Postecoglou, the Celtic boss. Now the awards dinner is on Sunday night, so Sunday could be a very profitable day for a lot of the Celtic players if things go well here at 12 o'clock, and obviously the awards dinner later in the day. Now Tom Rogic is another beautiful Aussie that's up for an award on Sunday, the PFA Player of the Year, and he's had some interesting things to say. Rogic was speaking at the PFA Scotland event about some of the stuff that was said about Celtic earlier in the season when things maybe weren't going quite as well. Rogic said, at the start of the season we were written off quite early. It's funny sometimes when people write you off early. I don't think it is extra motivation, but it is nice to prove people wrong. But that wasn't really our focus. We knew if we played to our ability and the level of effort was there, the results would come. I think we know that kind of chat, writing people off, motivates Ange more. I think that's what Andy Harper told us about Ange, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Ange had been using those kind of things early on in his time at the club to motivate the players. You know, people are writing you off, go and prove them wrong. Now I think the motivation for Celtic is very different. It's about getting over the line and winning the league, and obviously we can, as I say, effectively do that on Sunday. Now, to lower the tone completely, an interesting story developing that is concerning the SPFL's main league sponsor and a certain Glasgow club that we prefer not to mention on the channel. Now, there are growing fears that the company, which was formed just a few years ago, this is Cinch by the way, not Rangers, could withhold some of the £1.6 million that they're due to pay out to SPFL clubs at the end of the season. This is in response to the Ibrox club's petty stance with the sponsors, which recently included conducting an interview in front of a board with the Cinch sponsor covered by masking tape. Yes, everyone, that really happened. Now, I'm not going to go into Rangers' reasons for this petty stance, as to be honest, I have funner things to do with the rest of my life, really. But it doesn't seem like a great look for Scottish football and the SPFL to have this kind of conflict going on between one of the biggest teams in the country and a sponsor that's putting in, I think, £8 million over the course of their contract. Any refusal to pay the money from Cinch wouldn't really have a direct impact on Celtic, because you may have noticed that we're heading for the Champions League next year, and that's worth a few quid, I think, but it would possibly have an impact on some of the smaller clubs in the country. The Daily Record, who are reporting all of this, by the way, do say that there are discussions ongoing between Rangers and the SPFL, so hopefully that gets resolved. Today is April the 29th, and it's fair to say that it's been quite a favourable date for Celtic in terms of results against Rangers. Back in 2018, we beat Rangers by 5-0 under Brendan Rodgers to clinch the league title. Although we can't officially win the league this season, it feels quite similar this weekend, I would suggest. That day was just incredible. That's a day I'll remember forever. Celtic really turned up that day. There was definitely a bigger gulf between the sides at that stage, but it was just an incredible afternoon. It just whets the appetite for similar scenes this weekend. I'll be very surprised if we win 5-0, by the way, but I think if we do get the victory on Sunday, even though we won't have clinched the league officially, the celebrations will just be as incredible as they were back in 2018. The year before that, on 29th of April, we won 5-1 at Ibrox. We also had the 3-0 victory, the final ever Old Firm, on April the 29th, 2012. And away back in 2001, again, April the 29th, we went to Ibrox and won 3-0 to really put the cap on that great first league season under Martin O'Neill. Is there any chance we could just play the game tonight, everyone? I'm here, just get the game played, because April the 29th is clearly a pretty good date for Celtic against Rangers. As I say, just a bit of a shorter video today. Tomorrow we'll have a big preview with Tino. We'll get through all of the chat and that. Loads to chat about ahead of the game. Team news, we'll pick our teams, we'll discuss how the match is going to go. We're going to have that out for you hopefully at noon tomorrow, Scottish time, so that'll be 24 hours before kick-off, so plenty of time to get your teeth into that. We are still looking to get to 29,000 subscribers before kick-off. We are not far away at this stage. I could do a live update for you, but I'm far too lazy at the moment. It's been a long day, so check for yourself, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, click that wee button, get us over the 29,000 subs, and yeah, Carl Starfelt was definitely going to score on Sunday. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy your Friday night. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow with the preview.